pretty good start. But I'm Ryan Kurtz. I direct the entomology research program for Cotton Incorporated. Today what I really want to talk about is the efforts that we're doing for web-based information delivery. So this is taking the research dollars that growers are putting into the research and promotion, and how we turn that into useful information going back to growers and practitioners, and rather than the traditional means of print or word of mouth transfer of information. We're trying to use the internet a lot more so that people, everybody's busy. You don't want to travel to meetings all the time, and can we provide the quality information, improve production practices in different ways? So I do also want to highlight, this is not all of my doing. There's a lot of people at Cotton Incorporated involved here. In particular, our ag engineer, Ed Barnes, is very active in this area. And I also want to mention Phil Bogdan with the Plant Management Network. They're a nonprofit organization that delivers production-based information to practitioners in the field. And we've partnered with them on a webcast series called Focus on Cotton that I'll go through a little bit. So when I've been with Cotton Incorporated about 5 years now. I was with Syngenta Biotech before that, and I really was drawn to Cotton Incorporated because their mission is so concise. It's not simple, but it's definitely well stated. It's to increase the demand for and profitability of cotton through research and promotion. So there's not much I can do on the demand side being an entomologist, but we can do a lot on the profitability side, and that's generally what we're aimed at doing. Put the research dollars into methods of improving production practices, increasing profitability, and we're trying to do that now through various outlets on the internet. Our first effort into this kind of came at the prompting of our board members. They were wanting easier access to see what research projects their dollars were going to. So we really took a couple steps back and tried to come up with a way that we can provide them online access to the research that they're funding. What we came up with is the Cotton Cultivated website. And if you were to go to the site, this is kind of the top of the page. This is what it looks like. The easiest way for me to tell you to get there is just Google Cotton Cultivated. It's the first thing that'll come up. Just click the link, it'll take you right there. What we're trying to do with the site is we're not recreating a lot of information, but there's 17 cotton growing states, 17 land grant universities doing research, USDA, all sorts of other outlets. And what we're trying to do with this website is to take all that information from disparate sites and provide one site that you can go to and have access to all of it. So that was the top of the page. If you scroll down, this is the bottom of the page, kind of where the meat of it is. If you look, there's four main widgets: Cotton News, Cotton Multimedia, Research and Reports, and the Resources Directory. So this is where all the information is primarily housed. I'm going to go through each of these in a little more detail as I go through the talk. But one thing before I get started I want to mention is over here is this, we have a cultivated Twitter feed. If you're not actively using Twitter, I would encourage you to do it. You don't actually have to tweet. You can just sign up and follow people and have people send you information. But if you don't want a Twitter account, you can go to our website, and we've got this sidebar over here where you can select by region. If you're in the Mid-South, we've got a cultivated Twitter feed that's got all the relevant Mid-South. Anyone that's tweeting, that's providing good information in the Mid-South that's on Twitter, you can follow them just right through our website. And same for the Southeast, Southwest, and the Far West. So the first widget I want to go through is over here is this multimedia widget. And the first thing I want to call out is a new feature we just added about a weather outlook. There's a company based outside of Champaign, Illinois called Agrible. They do a lot of farm management type software. And one thing they do, they have a meteorologist on staff that puts together a video for us each week based on the predictions for the weather for the coming week. So it's right above the actual daily forecast of what's happening currently, and if you click on the weather outlook, a little window pops up, and usually it's somewhere between 4.5 to 6.5 minutes long. It comes out Thursday morning every week, and it's just an overview of what to expect for the week, the next 7-day period in terms of weather across the Cotton Belt. clicking over one tab, so you were on the weather tab first. If you click over here to this webcast box, what this does is shifts over and provides the feed to all the Focus on Cotton webcasts. That was the webcast series that we're partnering with the Plant Management Network to deliver. So you don't actually have to go to Plant Management Network website to get them. You can do it right here. It'll have the 6 most recent on the main page of our website, but you can go here a little bit below that to see all Focus on Cotton webcasts, and it goes to every one that we've ever done. We fund this fully so that you don't have to have a subscription with the Plant Management Network to get access to the webcast. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the webcasts are available. I will go through one example to show you how these webcasts work. They're a little different than, if you're familiar with the way the Beltwide does it and some other formats, it's kind of a voiced over PowerPoint presentation, but you can't break it down between the slides. What we've done is a little bit different, and I can't remember the name of the program that Plant Management Network uses, but it works a little differently. So if you were to click on that link, you'll come right here. This is the main page saying what who's given the talk, a little more about it, a summary, and then right here you would click whether you've got a PC or if you're working on an iPhone or a Mac. You just click which one you're using, and it brings it to this web page right here. So this is what you'll see when you first go there. It's also a PowerPoint presentation that's narrated by an individual, but it's broken down by slides. So instead of having to just go through the whole thing and kind of guess if you want to go back and see something, you can actually go back to slide 9. Like, I can't remember what Guy said about what was the impact on my farm. Well, you just go and you just click right on slide 9. Or if you watch this presentation 2 weeks ago and you just want to go to the conclusions to remind yourself what he said, you just click the link, come here, and then click right on the conclusion side, and it'll take you right to it. A little more about the Plant Management Network. Another best way to get to their site is just Google Plant Management Network. It takes you right there. We fund the Focus on Cotton webcast series. It covers everything related to cotton production, agronomy, weed science, diseases, entomology, harvest, whatever you can think of, it's got it there. But they also have focus on corn, focus on potatoes, focus on soybeans. So there's a lot of other good information that we're not actively funding, but it's in a similar format to the cotton information. You can also get it for corn and beans. So it could have a lot of value across a broad range of your farming practices. So now getting into the site, I meant to also go through a little bit here first about this cotton news section. I'm not going to go through it in any great detail, but just to highlight that we have links here that you can also filter by region that take you to the latest farm presses, so you can see what's happening in cotton at the farm presses. We have market information. We have an economist on staff, John Devine, that puts out pretty regular reports on what cotton markets are doing, what's happening and why. So you can access those right through this website. And then Cotton Incorporated also consolidates the USDA quality information as it's coming in real time. And through this link right here, you can access the summaries from the USDA classing offices. You can do it by classing office, or you can do it by state, just to kind of see how the info you're getting back, how it's comparing to other people in your classing office and your state, and even other neighboring states. The last thing in this multimedia widget is a video section that we've just started. We haven't populated it with a lot of videos yet, but we're wanting to move more. The webcasts are kind of a long form, so you get the whole story from beginning to end about the research, and a lot of people just want to know, well, what do I need to do? I don't need to know why, just what do I need to do? And so we're hoping these videos are going to be a really practical way to get 2 to 3 minutes of here's what you need to know, here's what you need to do, and not take up a whole lot of time and for things that are very visual. We had a bank of information already available, and Ed Barnes did a lot on harvest information and various picker and tractor maintenance. So that's largely what this video section is populated with now. So if you were to go to the video section, and one thing that's going to be a common theme throughout these different widgets is that you can filter by your region and by topic. So if you're in the Mid-South and you want to know insect management, or if you're in the Mid-South and you just want to see all the videos, you can click the different buttons and it filters by what you want to find. And so here it's just Mid-South all, and if you were to click on one of these little icons, another little video window pops up. This is something related to harvest. I'm not 100% sure what, but this is the type of thing that we're going to try to deliver in smaller chunks, usable information to kind of help the research and extension folks get their information out more quickly, and stuff that you can go back to at your discretion to get the information, rather than having to go to a field day or having to go to a meeting if you don't have time. So back to the top of the web page, there's another way to get at these different widgets that I was mentioning. Up here at the top, if you click on any one of these sections, it takes you right to that part of the website. If you don't want to go into each part of the website, you can actually search for a term. So if you want to find out, for instance, something about tarnished plant bug, you can just type tarnished plant bug into this. If you're right here, you can just type it into the main search bar. It'll take you to this page. It'll still have it in there where you can see results for that term that's for information that's housed on our site. And we also have a custom Google search built in. So if you don't want to just look on our site, but you want to look across the web, but you don't want to find a bunch of information that this tarnished plant bug one isn't a good example, but say you're interested in thrips in cotton. If you were to type it into this search bar and go to our trusted resources, it filters out things that aren't related to cotton. So instead of finding out about thrips on tomatoes or petunias, it already knows that you're looking for thrips and cotton information if you're on this website. So the next two things I want to talk about, and this is the meat of it. So the research and reports and resources and directory is where most of the research information is housed, and where most of the information that's on the web we're providing access to. If you look on the main page in research and reports, we've got the most recently added research and report is going to be on the main page, and if that's what you want to learn about, we've got a little learn more link right there. We've got these three little white buttons where you can toggle through the three most recently added research and reports, or if you want to see everything, you'd click down here at the bottom, see all research and reports. And if you were to go to the research and report section, again, you can filter by region and by decision, by region and by topic. And here, this is just an example of if you clicked on Southeast and decision aids, it brings up every document that we've got that's related to those topics. This one is obviously planting and harvest capacity and cotton production. You can scroll through what's there, but let's say, for instance, that you just want, the first one's the one you want to know. You click on that Learn More link. It brings you to the page with a summary about the document, and then a place where you can download the information related to the topic. So the research and reports, that section that I was just in is kind of designed for documents or research reports that are tangible and downloadable. The resources directory is a little bit different in that it looks at everything that's on the web that may be of value to cotton production, and it's also filterable by region and by topic. So here, for example, we've got Mid-South and irrigation, and not coincidentally, the first thing that comes up is the crop water use app by the University of Missouri, and we've got Matthew Ryan here that's going to go through the work that they're doing on how to improve irrigation activities through the app. And so that's the type of thing that we're providing access through our website. And if you were to click that launch, it would come right to this web page that you'd be able to use the external resource. And we're just trying to highlight things that we think growers would find valuable through this website. So just to summarize all that, Cotton Cultivated website, we've got news, weather, providing access to research, and other resources across the web, and trying to bring it all into one place to make it easy for you guys to find the information you're looking for. And if you got any questions, happy to answer them. And
how does that come across, Ryan, as far as number of hits or usage on it?
At the moment, so the website itself is got fairly low traffic. The Focus on Cotton webcast series has got a lot of traffic. So we put out one webcast a month, maybe average 1.5 webcasts a month. We've done it for about 2.5 years, and we're already almost at 100,000 presentation views. So that's getting a lot of traffic. The website itself is still, we're still building content. It hasn't been, it's not being used as much as the webcast series is. And this is, I'd like to hear from you guys just in general about how or if you're accessing information on the internet, and if there's things that we as Cotton Incorporated can do that could make things easier or better, or if there's things you guys like that I'd like to hear about it. And
I get newsletters, like, emails, you get newsletters
Yeah.
through there. Do y'all do that as well?
We have
I saw-
access.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, what were you going to say?
I like, how you had like that, with the guy, you said that like you could search, his deal, if you go to the conclusion, PowerPoint, something
Right.
like that. Do you have those as like newsletters, like emails as well?
About the presentations?
Well, or like a presentation or somebody, did a.
So we do, what we have through this resources directory, one thing that may get at what you're asking, you can search blogs. So you'd have to go that, you have to come here, and if you click on that, it's got a listing of the blogs that we know about that are in the Mid-South. For the webcasts, we do send out a press release, and there is a sign up. So if you want to get alerted by the Plant Management Network every time there's a new webcast, you can sign up for that also.